Relax and get loose while I put you up on game. The Figure Booth with Josh and Nate. This that podcast for those in the know. Batman vs. Iron Man, how would it go? We talking one of a kind, collectibles. Mezco toys are respectable. It's unacceptable if it's not in the packaging. Nate don't take pics if you ain't rapping it. Nate's dirty tricks are always happening, but damn it, man, don't you be stressing. Round here we believe in plastic confessions. We trying to figure out the figures that's gonna stand the test of time. That G.I. Joe handmade hit me in the spine. There's perfection in the way that these toys are made, but I also wanna know, do I pick Wade or Slade? So this is where I come to kick it with the guys. The Figure Booth. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hello and welcome to the Figure Booth, here where we talk about the modern day collectors and the ups and downs that they go through. We go over pre-orders, we share our plastic confessions, and we do interviews with those in the toy community. I'm your host Josh, aka Prime to the First, and I'm joined by my friend co-host FigureFan_Nate.
Hello everybody, and thanks for tuning in for episode 84, which we're calling Let's Get Grumpy.
Oh, gave it all away. There's no Easter eggs. We're letting it all out. Two grumpy old men here. We could use a third, maybe.
Yeah, grumpy old men.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm quite that old yet, but yeah, this is a guest episode. And if you can judge by the name, we've got one of the grumpiest men on the gram here with us tonight.
Yeah, you see him all over the streams. You see him in the comments. You've probably even seen him out in the streets just throwing his Mezco away in trash cans. Like the dude's... Right. The dude's trending. He's a grumpy trender.
Yeah, I want to know where this guy lives, because if he's throwing away the trash, I'm going to be collecting. But yeah, he's a good friend of the podcast. I've known him for a long time. You know, we talk a lot through DMs. I know he's good friends with Prime and a lot of other you guys that are listening right now. So let's not waste any more time and welcome into the show. Introducing Grumps.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, I would have never.
You look
pictured...
a lot like Keaton now.
Yeah, I can see why the big Batman fan.
Yeah, I took my '89 out of the box. I got the cape on and everything.
Yours looks a little different than my '89 Batman. Oh man!
I mean, you had to replace the one that you just threw away.
Great. I got the legs working, and the joints are good.
You must have got like a prototype or something, because man, just
maybe, yeah.
It doesn't look that rubbery. You didn't have to.
Would you be more happy if Mezco provided you that figure?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Damn. Yeah. Wow.
But your experience was very unique. Like I saw some of the challenges, roadblocks. I don't know, like some of the stuff that you just got dealt with. You got dealt like a bad card.
I think there was two common problems that I had. Yeah. The cape was difficult to get on, and the legs. If you don't have the skeleton underneath, you can't see it. So you kind of got to feel around, and out of the box, my legs didn't move forward. But you kind of had to work it around the hip, and I don't know, it was weird. But the thing with the neck, where it looked like the trap area was pulling away from the neck. Yeah. That I hadn't seen before.
You're talking about the area where the cape connects, right? You've got that material that kind of comes up to where the cape connects, and it's starting to separate off, you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was from, last time I had opened it was a Thursday. And then when I took those pictures, it was that area, right? Right there. Because I think that neck is a different, like a harder plastic.
Yeah, it is a harder plastic,
Yeah. And for whatever, I keep my Mezcos in a box 95% of the time. So that one, I had put it back, and I keep the silica gel just in hopes that it does something,
Keeps the moisture away.
Yeah, and I don't know, I opened it on Saturday, and I immediately took it out. I was like, I don't think those holes were there the other day. And so let me check my video. And sure enough, it wasn't there. So.
And Sunday it went to the trash.
Yeah, then it went to the trash. Took a ride in the trash.
And then somebody that knows you on the gram just took that trash, and now they've got their own.
Yeah, I caught the dumpster divers on my camera. So I caught a couple of them. I won't mention any names, but
Mario.
those are... I mean, let me get that. I could sell it.
Yeah, right.
Ankles do.
I'll turn that around right now.
Yeah,
but I mean, that is really unfortunate, especially for someone like yourself who is such a huge Bat fan and was probably really anticipating this figure, to have such a bad experience. I can understand why you got so frustrated.
My thing was from start to finish, like the pre-order, 3 years, 1,100 days, and then to have that, like, God damn, really, guys? Like, come on.
It was definitely a tough experience from beginning to end.
I only know how many total days it's been because of Kevin.
Kevin,
posting every single day about his night. I think as of this recording, 1,190 days since pre-order.
Is it 90 or was it 89? I forget. He posted one today.
Maybe I'm wrong there, but
that's I applaud Kevin for doing that, and I applaud you guys for coming on your show and just calling. You guys have done it in the past, calling out some of the mezco practices that are just. I don't think that's how you should operate your business or treat your customers.
It's definitely, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I think, I don't know, for me, I could only put up with it to a certain extent, given the quality of the product. I'll give you a couple of passes or a couple of strikes or whatnot, but after a while I'm like, you know what? It's just, the experience isn't worth it. And right now there's so many other companies that are providing similar type of product as far as quality wise and soft goods and stuff like that. And there's even other companies that aren't doing soft goods at all, but they're doing such unique characters where they're doing their own line or their own universe that I'd rather just support them because the turnaround's much quicker. And I'm going to get my figure within a couple months, if not at least within the year, versus a year or two or a bunch of delays. And a lot of my pre-orders are tied up with Mezco right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Prime, which is I really wanted to drive home is the product is great. 95% of the time, the Keaton is an outlier, right? Like the product is great. It's all the other stuff, which is super aggravating.
It is.
I think the communication is probably the thing that sticks out the most to me in regards to their poor business practices. And it doesn't matter who you are in the community or how much you like Mezco. If you decide to ignore things that bother you as a collector or things that you feel like they should be doing, you're not really, looking at the full picture. You're giving them a free pass for really no reason. I know there's a lot of Mezco loyalists out there, and I'm not trying to poke fun at anyone.
No.
As much as I love Mezco, I also realize that they've got some work to do in regards to how they treat their customers. I think all of us here, at least the three of us, I know we've spent hundreds of dollars with that company over a long period of time. And it's kind of a punch in the face when you feel like you're not getting treated well as a customer. It's like, why am I spending so much money? Why am I supporting you so much when you're going to treat me in this way?
Just another number.
Especially when you're asking for, you're not asking for much because the quality is there. A little communication, a little more. An email, 3 sentences, whatever. I'm not expecting great detail and behind the scenes stuff. But and one of the things throughout the years that is really you want to know what grinds my gears? When they poke fun at the community in their stop motion videos. And I'm just like, no, that ain't it. It's like I'm shelling out $100 or whatever it is, and there's expectations on both sides, right? You put out the product, you expect to get paid. You get paid. Now the expectations start on my side. Don't poke fun at me like I'm paying you.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna go, and then I'm not even, it's not even me per se, but other people in the community. I've seen it in the Rumble Society videos.
Yeah.
They'll take a stab, or they put out some T-shirts or something. You guys really gotta like find something better to do.
Yeah.
With your time or your money.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I'm all about the jokes and whatever, but I don't know. It's a business at the end of the day, and I think you should, have better things to do than that.
Yeah, and to take it a step further, I feel like it's the consistency because like when it comes to MezcoCon or whatever engagement they want to provide when they're pushing the product, the communication is there. It's very there. They're in your
Yes.
face. There's a lot, like they're all over social media sites, Twitter, their Instagram, their Facebook. But then that's it. They go back into the shadows, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
you took me for my money, but what's the update with Mr. Freeze, or what's going on with
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four? Like, there's so many pre-orders are like, just give me an update, like where are we at, or is it
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
where in the process is that at? Just like you said, it could be just a quick like, hey, expect it in
Yeah.
6 months. Cool, I'm good, or whatever. It doesn't have to be full detail, but just let us know where it's at. Because when it comes to MezcoCon or all these puzzles you want us to do, like then you guys are in our face. But then the
Yeah.
minute you cash in your check, then like you're gone. Whereas other companies, they'll do that type of promotion, but then they'll still be engaged with their collectors, like Hasbro, whether it's the G.I. Joe team or the Power Ranger team or the
Yeah.
Marvel Legends, like they're always engaging, whether it's a live stream, but there's always some type of front in the social media where there's a face that you can communicate, and they put up a lot of heat. So it's
Yeah.
to me, I'm like, I wish Mezco was to take a page out of that book where they're just more, and I that could be opening up Pandora's box, but I think at the same time it would alleviate a lot of collectors' frustration where they're like, hey, you took my money, where are you hiding at? Like, why
Yeah.
aren't you answering my emails? Or and you see that in the threads where like, oh, I messaged customer service and they haven't gone back to me, it's been months. So
I and truth be told, I got a response right back.
yeah,
I think it was 24 hours later.
nice.
In regards to the neck issue?
Yes.
Good, awesome.
They're gonna look into it and blah blah.
That's great.
It was, and again, it wasn't a solution, but it was
Right.
some sort of acknowledgement
Yeah.
and response.
That's huge.
And that's like basic. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about for anybody that's not educated. If you're not watching this episode, you can check it out on Grumps' Instagram. He posted about it. But top picture shows the basically what we're talking about. The under part, like the skeleton of the body is starting to come out from underneath the rubber. And like Grump said, he didn't really do a whole lot with it. He put it back in the box, checked it, 4 days later, and it was like this.
The top picture is Saturday. The bottom is from Thursday, the previous Thursday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was 48 hours later.
That's definitely concerning. If, especially when you're talking about something that you want to last for a long time. And that was my initial concern was, how's this body going to last for a long time? After I articulate it, and just with weather and things like that. And depending on where you live, sometimes weather's a bit more extreme. So what is that going to do to this thing over time? And this is not a good indicator of
don't take it in the tub with happen. You. They'll be taking bathtubs with Michael Keaton.
Had you tried to put on a cape at all?
I could not get it. And that was another issue. I think, in my opinion, the ring, the plastic ring on the cape belongs underneath the
That's
material.
What I keep hearing, that they did it.
Because
they installed
it's
it wrong.
The cape material that interferes with you putting it on the neck. But
I didn't even think about that, but that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because the material is going to make it sit higher anyways. So why not put that on top of the neck piece that it's supposed to clamp on?
And I have, you and I both had all the Supreme Knights, so I know how to work with that cape and stuff. Prior to this.
Yeah, I think if anything, this Mezco is unlike any other Mezco I've had. That's the main thing I'm taking away from this one, is that the way the cape attaches is totally different. The body obviously is very different. The articulation is definitely takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, if you're not a lover of action figures, you're probably going to hate this thing. Even if you are a lover of action figures, you're probably still going to hate it because it takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
Now, I think at first when I got it, I was like, man, I don't know. This thing's a little scary. And it's hard to articulate. Like you've had a lot of issues with the legs, right, Grumps? Like you can't get the legs to move forward. Yeah. And I think a part of that problem is that you really can't see what you're doing underneath the body. There's a whole joint system happening here, and I can't see it. So I'm kind of just guessing, like, is this straight or is this not? And if it's not straight, how do I understand if I need to go left or right with the rotation to fix it?
Yeah.
So you can spend a lot of time if you get that thing out of alignment, just trying to figure out the right way to get it back in. And that can be extremely frustrating to deal with when all you want to do is pose it up and do like a photo or something. Like I can't even get this thing to stand straight. You know?
Exactly. The upper torso is fine. The arms are fine and shoulders. I didn't have a problem. But yeah, that hip area and getting the legs to move, couldn't do it.
And I had a similar, I mean, Prime knows because I DM'd him the day I was opening. I was like, dude, I think my leg is jacked up because I could not get it back into a standing pose. And then I've noticed what helps me is if I push the leg forward, like all the way, and then I start to kind of rotate it out left and right, it starts to move a bit more, and then I'll try to bend it back down. But I think one indicator I've found if I have it in the right spot, like the legs go out pretty easily.
Yes.
But if that starts to become difficult, you probably have it rotated the wrong way. That's what I've started to notice. Like you have probably the front piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still.
Like you said, you can't see it. So it's.
Right. It can be pretty frustrating for sure.
Man. What was I going to say about that? Oh, God. Oh, the skeleton. I know you guys have probably seen the pictures of the skeleton underneath.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, that was super helpful. But at the same, you're looking at, wow, that's great. I get to see it. But at the same time, somebody took $100 figure and tore it to shreds. Like, you guys, God damn it. Couldn't you give a picture of the skeleton? You put other paper and shit in there. This is how the body moves. I mean,
that would have been
it came
helpful
with instructions and whatever. But again, if you can't see the skeleton, then you don't. I don't know. It's kind of useless.
Mm-hmm.
That was really helpful to see. Oh, okay, there is a hinge there that's supposed to be what I guess the hip or whatever.
To your point, if they would have included, because they're always including some kind of diagram. Paper that has information. If they would have just included a diagram that you can look at and kind of reference, like, okay, this is how that works. This is how far I can push it. That's where the leg goes, that type of thing. I think that would have just really helped. Yeah. Because a lot of us, we rush to try to get a picture out or try to get some content out. And you start to run into issues and you're like, man, this is not fun anymore.
I don't know. I had a little fun with my content. I was angry, but I said, let me just play with it and, do the video. Because I felt like I want to throw this thing out, but you want to, but you're not actually going to do it, right?
Yeah,
like, all right, let me fucking record it and have a little fun.
Well, I mean, you kind of did, even though you didn't. Fully.
I did. No, I actually did.
It ended up in the trash.
Yeah,
which is a lot of fun. I mean, people probably took you very seriously. Like, oh my god,
a couple.
You really hated that man.
I was waiting for him. Okay, wait. I'm like, wait. He's like, oh my freaking gross. I'm like, this guy taking it to the max.
And the music lined up with it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't get it to come through here, but it did work very well. But yeah, I mean, like I knew you were joking here, but it's also the
flipping off
the middle finger.
As it goes in the trash, middle finger. See ya.
I mean, I knew you were joking here, but I also felt bad. Like, oh, it sucks that you had that kind of experience. Because out of all people that I'm close with, I was like, I want Grumps to like this, and unfortunately, you just didn't really have that experience.
I was trying to reserve judgment until I got it in hand, and I think I did. Because there's so much. My complaints aside, there's so much good there.
Mm-hmm.
The sculpt, as usual, the accessories, immaculate. Even even the design, they captured so much of the suit down to the Jordans and everything. I guess the execution in some spots was not what we hoped it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is funny that you noticed the Jordans, and I don't think a lot of people realize that he was wearing Air Jordans in that movie. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the detail, you can tell it's probably an Air Jordan down there.
Yeah,
and you can see it
to some degree, right? Like
yeah.
Well, you got like the shape, mostly in the back is where I can notice it.
Yeah, you can tell it's a sneaker. That's really cool.
Right.
And the fact that the belt has like 2 slots for the weapons, the magnets.
Yeah,
those are really cool.
That was cool.
I didn't even realize it had a magnetic belt until somebody else was like, "Did you realize the accessories attached to the belt magnetic?"
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm also bad about reading the inserts that they put into the box too. So
yeah, same here.
I'm sure it's right there.
Well, now that we took a stab and beat the crap out of 89 Batman, let's beat the crap out of Grumps. Let's take a stab into Grumps.
Yeah.
We went straight into the Mezco 89 Batman talk. I knew that was going to be a hot topic, but all things aside, I hope they give you a good replacement. I hope you start to like that figure. And whoever's out there, let us know your thoughts. Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you want more of it? Or do you want them just to stop? No more seamless bodies. What do you think, Grumps? No more?
You know what, Nate? I would have tried it on my own property first before I don't have the Alien figure, so I don't know how that was. I saw 1 or 2 people had a loose limb, but there's always loose limbs on every release, so something. But I don't remember hearing much about that. But I definitely would have tried it on my own property first.
That's a good point. Yeah, at least test it out on my own IP before I make a licensed figure that way. Yeah. But like Prime said, not to beat a dead horse with Mezco 89 Batman, we definitely wanted to cover that with Grumps here. But Grumps, getting to know more about you, for anybody that's been living under a rock, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you all about, Grumps?
I'm a huge Batman collector, member of the Bat Force, Batman DC podcast. Nate, you were on there once. Prime is not invited. He's not welcome. Actually, it's funny.
When he first said he was part of the Bat Force, I was like, "You guys go out and fight crime? It sounds like a crime fighting team." Like, I love it. And I listened to the podcast, so you know what? It's cool.
Cool. You know what, Prime? I remember I got to know you, familiar with you.
Yeah.
Bat Force Tom years ago. I don't know how many years ago. He bought a cabinet off of you, and he took some really cool pictures with it. I think it was an '89 cabinet. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's how I just found you, and huge Batman guy. Got a big comic book collection, well over 60 long boxes.
Wow, that is huge.
Big action figure, collector.
So what was first for you? Was it comics or was it figures?
Probably the figures, probably Migos, in the 70s. When they were like $3 each.
Dang, $3 each.
Yeah, wow. Man. Yeah, Migos. Back when you would have DC and Marvel on the same advertisement, and they were just superheroes. And, it was definitely Migos. And then comic books. I've always been a comic book collector, always. The pandemic actually stopped me from going. I was a Wednesday warrior, and the pandemic put a halt to that. But I still buy on digital now because space has become an issue. So
yeah, that's always the problem, right? Is trying to manage the collection, trying to keep it at bay somehow.
Yeah, it's years ago comic books were much cheaper, 75, $1.25. I remember all the increases. Now, I don't know. I think are they up to $4? Some of them.
Easily, I think some of them are close to 5 or depending. Cause I remember I've been out of the comic book game for quite a minute, but last year I picked up a couple of just either variants or just it trades issues that I wanted to kind of check out, and I remember I think I grabbed like 4 issues, and that was close to $26 because they were like almost $5, and then plus I was just like, then it's like the bag and board, and I don't know, it just adds up. I'm like, fuck, $25 for 5 comics, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it does add up fast.
Super expensive. So I don't buy as much on digital. I kind of kept it to the basic Batman, Detective, Nightwing, Robin, and Spider-Man and Daredevil. So I kept it super basic.
So when you say digital, do you use like Comixology or?
Yeah, I use Comixology. Yeah. I have a
Okay.
bunch of books on there.
Yeah,
nice.
That's a good app.
That's a good way to save space, like you're talking about. Like you still want to support the comics, but you're like, I don't have any room. You said 6 long boxes.
60.
Right?
60.
60. Oh,
over
wow.
60. So it's
I
gotta, I'm gonna look into getting, selling some of that. It's just it's too much at this point.
Yeah. On top of collecting figures,
Yeah.
You only have so much space.
Top of collecting figures and Barbies and
Barbies.
My daughter's into Barbies. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified. And I was like, oh, Barbies too. Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Grump collects it all.
My Barbie knowledge is tight. You know what I mean? My Barbie's knowledge is tight.
Grump's man cave looks like a legit retail store. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have shelves. It's all. I'm like, what? Like, where are you at? And he's like, no, this is like my private. I'm like, that's insane. Those are gold right there.
Seriously, I joined a live. It was probably a couple of years ago now. Yeah. But I was just admiring the background. Like, dude, your collection is insane.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff. Like hard to find stuff too. I saw DC icons sitting up there and all kinds of things.
I was buying that stuff at a point in my life where I was working 2 jobs and I would still go to the store every Wednesday, but I wouldn't have time to enjoy it. So I'd buy it, like I gotta have it. I'd buy it, bring it home, and it would sit there or whatever until I got a chance to open it. And I just found like certain things keep nicer if you keep them in a box, and I could. So, I had a big like boiler room, and my grandmother used to use it as storage. And after she passed, and I cleaned everything out, I could put my figures in here. And if I ever need to sell them for whatever reason, at least some of them are still in the box. Maybe they're open, but they'll keep better in the box. So that was the thinking behind that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Always great to have some type of contingency plan,
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a lot of quick money either selling the comics or the figures. I mean, do you still collect as much as you used to with figures, or do you feel like you've slowed down?
I think so. Probably too much, like all of us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Nate, you'll be happy with me. You'll be happy. I have 2.
If it's Mythic Legions, I'm gonna get up and walk away.
Yeah.
Just that's it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
You called it.
Thank you, everybody.
These are my first 2 Mythic Legions.
That's 2 bangers right
they
there.
have the same legs, but
they do. You'll notice a lot of the same parts with Legions. That's one thing. I think it's by design, so you can swap out parts. You get different armor colors, things like that. But I mean, those are 2 great starter figures. Arethyr
and the Unknown.
Yeah,
and the Unknown one.
Right.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
See, I'm even knowing these names.
You're getting that knowledge, man.
Amazing.
So is that going to start a new, collection for you?
No.
You think?
No. I really like those guys. Some of the other guys, I just have no interest in. I do have 2 pre-orders. Oh boy, I don't even know what collection it's from. There was a.
Is it
Is it a rooster?
Cosmic, maybe?
No. It's no rooster.
Shout out
I'm
to
the only
Trevor.
rooster in the hen house here. Zach
Is it
or Jack? It was a
Necronominus
big
wave?
white guy, white armor
Oh,
guy.
that
It was oh God, I think the pre-order ended in January or something.
Oh, it's probably from the Necronominus wave.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yes, yeah. And it was
Okay.
a big one in
Yeah,
white armor.
yep.
He just looked badass.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
he came with like a big ass hammer or something.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
almost got that guy too.
Gosh, I'm gonna butcher his name. It's like Ertzak or something like that.
Yeah.
It was UCC JAZK. Some
I can't pronounce their names. They have actually a pronunciation guide on their
website.
They
do. I didn't know that.
There's so many people that butcher their names. They're just they're hard to kind of understand. Like, how do I say that? What comes
too.
first?
How you like their horses?
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, this horse is beautiful.
Yeah, that's Boreas, right?
For,
from All Stars.
My Dark Knight Batman.
Oh, I thought you were
saying. But I put what's his name on it? This guy Warduke.
For parties.
Why not? Right?
There you go, Warduke from NECA. Yeah, that's a good fit.
Yeah,
because the Mythic Legion stuff's probably a little bit bigger in scale, maybe a bit bigger than like a Mezco scale,
But I mean,
but you're saying like you're gonna keep it at bay, like you're not getting too heavy into it.
No, the interest is definitely not there. I mean, the toys look beautiful. It's just not my thing. But I did pick a couple of things that I really did like. Mm-hmm. I've been looking at the Cosmic. I think there's 1 or 2. They did a Manny Faces kind of homage.
Oh yeah.
I thought that figure was really nice. And something Trevor 16 Shooter was showing off something. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But there was a couple, but I haven't pre-ordered anything.
You're talking about the operative one. He's like a pink and blue, and he's got the swappable faces.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. The Motu homages that they do are really nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it is cool. Like something they do for PowerCon. You're talking about this one, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
That guy.
Oh, looks really good.
Yeah, he was my favorite of that wave for sure. I love the colors, the bright colors on him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand.
What are your go-to lines right now, aside from Batman or everything Toddy Mac?
I actually have. Yeah, well, let me show you. I hope you guys got some of these figures. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom.
Oh,
nice. From Sparrow Toys. Yeah.
$35 a figure.
Yeah.
Super high quality. A lot of accessories. And it just makes me like, damn, this guy could do a Kickstarter. $35 figure, amazing quality, tons of accessories. Like you just wish like a corporation like Hasbro, even at that price point, what could they give you? Yeah, they won't because
right,
corporate greed. But man,
yeah, I think Hasbro plays
no,
I did not get any Animal Wars of the Kingdom. I've been very tempted, but to your point about Mythic, like I can't justify getting into another line. But the temptation's definitely there. I think I might have to try at least 1 or 2 of them just to see how I like it. But they look great. I've been seeing a lot of great reviews. I know Unparalleled Universe really likes them. A few others out there have said really good things. Do you think you're going to keep investing in that line, based on what you see?
Well, I did I put in on the Kickstarter, and since then I've gone back twice to get a couple of things I missed out on.
Nice.
So I'm just happy with the quality, to be honest. I mean, everything
especially
about
at $35.
Yeah.
$35. The weapons. My only knock. I have one knock. I wish they had different head sculpts with an expression.
Different expression.
But outside of that, this plastic that they use on the overlays is great. It moves, it goes back to shape. Like damn, if Hasbro or Mattel could do something like that, they'd kill it. But they keep, regurgitating the, same old stuff.
Yeah, it seems like Hasbro, Mattel, they're very safe with just sticking to licensed properties. Like you'll never see them create their own IP because they just don't know if it's going to sell. And why invest in something that they're not sure of?
Mm-hmm. And I get it. People will, but the budget.
But to your point, though, yeah, they're a huge corporation. If anybody can afford to experiment, it's probably them.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you got people like Sparrow Toys who are putting literally everything into hoping that this line's successful. Yeah. And luckily it's taken off, which is great for them. But man, that takes a lot of capital to get that up and running. I don't think people realize how much money it takes to get that figure in your hand and to mass produce them from concept to final form, It would be nice if we saw more experimentation. I think in general, we just see a lot of the same ideas get regurgitated over and over again. And we talked about this on our episode about, new collectors versus old. And, back when I was a kid, it was all original ideas. Mm-hmm. Like basically everything you're seeing was original ideas, and you just don't see that anymore. It's really unfortunate. I hope it comes back, but it's also a big risk from a money standpoint.
Yeah. I mean, Prime and I, old guys, but when we were kids, there was Thundercats, G.I. Joe, superheroes, Silverhawks, Cops, A-Team,
Brave Star,
Adam, Power of Adam or something. I mean, just tons.
I like how Grumps puts me in the same boat as him and then leaves you out of it. Like, what the?
Yeah, because dude, come on. The other couple episodes ago, you were like, you let something slip.
What did I let slip?
Say it.
Nip
you
slip?
Let something slip, and I was like, get out of here.
Oh,
yeah, I don't want to say it.
I think we were talking about around the years we were born.
Yeah. I think he was talking about one of his kids, and I was
one of my kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, because Grumps commented, he was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just started early at an earlier age. That's all. There's no time frame.
It's a credit for you.
You don't look much. You look,
you don't look
super young yourself.
Yeah, no, yeah. During that time, I would always get is that your little brother? And I was like, no. Or at Toys R Us, it would be easier because then we both looked young. So I'm like, it's, I'm buying this for us. I'm like buying it for myself. They're like, one for you and one for your little brother. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Sure. Just two for me, but that's fine.
Yeah, so no, it's all good. Yeah.
So Nate, another line I wanted to mention that I was really into was these Valiverse figures.
Did you go hard on those?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, nice.
I did. Because I like the G.I. Joe Classified, so I feel like they're a nice compliment. And again, similar price point to the Sparrow toys, around 32 maybe.
Yeah.
And a ton of accessories, and
they scale well with the Joes. Because I've been on the fence. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say you like more, Joe's or Valiverse?
Oh boy.
I know they're very complimentary, so that's probably hard to pick.
I love the Joes, man. That was my jam as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing a great job. The only thing that they lack maybe some hands. I wish they had more hands, but the Joes are just, and it feels like as the waves have gone on, they've gotten better, and they've made some incremental changes, and like
right here Outback.
God damn. A lot of them are day one for me, even though I've been trying to save money and trying to maybe I could wait for clearance or a price drop.
I mean, I will say outside of like maybe the movie figures for G.I. Joe, I haven't seen really any of those stay on the peg for a long period of time.
Yeah.
It seems like they sell out quick. So the likelihood of them getting into clearance is probably pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless you want like G.I. Jane or Lady Jane.
Yeah, Lady Jane.
She's still on Flint. He was on.
Yeah, Flint. Or that's Baroness from the movie. I saw her everywhere.
Yeah.
The twins, Tomax and Zema, are on sale on Amazon now. I think like $12 each.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Are those the? I don't know the names real. Are the Blue Ninjas or what?
No, they're the
twins, Tomax and Zema.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not ninjas, but they have like similar outfits. It's just one has a shoulder pad on the right, and the other one has a shoulder pad on the left. Yeah.
So when you were a kid, was that like your jam, G.I. Joe? I know you said Mego, but what did you like collect first?
That was Mego. Was like the 70s. I mean, in the 80s.
But that was cloth figures, you know.
Yeah.
One of the first companies ever to do cloth figures. So it's kind of crazy for its time. It was pretty advanced.
Absolutely.
You know? Nobody else was doing that.
And, you know, there was a good amount of articulation. I don't know if you guys have ever handled one of those figures.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good amount of articulation. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, waist articulation, you know, all that. So
I never had Migos as a kid, but I did have the 12-inch G.I. Joes that had the cloth goods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They always kind of reminded me of Migos in a way.
Yeah.
You know, but I know maybe the scales were a little bit different. But yeah, for its time, it just felt like, wow, a cloth goods figure, you know, that's unlike my Kenner and my Toy Biz stuff that I'm playing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's man, you said Kenner. Like, if I could get a Superpowers Batman mint on card, that's a grail.
Yeah, that is a grail. Because that is a hard to find, expensive
but it's
figure.
not, you know, it's not mint on card. But
yeah, I think I randomly got Superpowers like a long time ago, and I didn't really know what I had. And I think I sold them, or at least a few of them. And now looking back, I wish I would have never done that because, I mean, you just don't see them anymore. They're so hard to find. Yeah.
Nothing much in the way of articulation, obviously, but man, the sculpts are so good.
Yeah, couldn't deny. And it was the only company that was really providing that until Toy Biz came along and they started to try to steal that thunder with their superheroes line, but it wasn't the same.
No, it was not the same at all.
No. So was that a lot of your childhood was Migos, G.I. Joe? As you got older, maybe Kenner, Toy Biz a bit.
The Superpowers is big with me. Wrestling figures. Yeah.
And then Batman. Where did the passion for Batman come? Like, where does that play into you? Because I know that's such a huge part of who you are now.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, like you know, we're in the age of social media, and I think, and I get it, you know, there's a lot of people that just they do it maybe for social media. I was doing this shit before, and I would I've been this way for 48 years. Just to hear my mom tell it, it started with the Migos. The reruns of the 66 show. Something about, Batman, the character just caught me at an early age. I don't know, it was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And, I've not let go ever since. So
nice. Yeah, and like you said, you're part of the Bat Force Radio podcast, which I think me and Prime are both fans of.
Thank you.
I was up to he started talking shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Prime, you could join us. You were Tuesday crew. You left Tuesday crew. You were enablers. You can
man.
You can get
I'm always down.
You can get down.
Grump's just airing out my laundry. No, I didn't leave the Tuesday crew. Come on, man. I just said I was taking a break.
You were in the beginning of the pandemic. You were Tuesday crew OG. Day one
right.
Tuesday
that's
crew.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Now we hardly see you.
Yeah, no. Almost hardly anybody sees me nowadays, and it's just like raising two little ones. with like after school activities.
Yeah.
They got, after school events. Then they got,
Oh man.
I remember me growing up, I was in like school sports, but then also I was in league sports. I had practice. You want to talk about practice? I had practice Monday through Friday, and I'd be practicing from like 3 till like 7.
Practice?
Yeah. So like I wanted to do the same thing for my kids. But it was crazy because back then, like both my parents worked, but somehow they still managed to take me to practice, and they still managed. I come from a pretty big family, so my siblings would kind of watch me while my parents worked or whatnot. But not to get into it too much, but it's harder for parents nowadays, where it's like we don't have that family support system. I don't live where I grew up at. We moved, so it's just me and my wife, and we got to kind of figure it out. And our people's schedules don't line up. Like before, everyone had a 9 to 5. That was it. Like nobody worked crazy hours. Now it's like, we got hybrid, we got remote. I work like a crazy ass schedule. So we still have to like make room. And that's kind of some of the things we've been talking about, like making room for yourself or making room for, and right now I'm like, I spent so much time in the hobby and so much time just kind of building my brand. But then at the same time, like my kids are growing up, in a blink of an eye, they're going to be like at the house. They're going to be like my 24-year-old, married, bought a house and not looking back. So I'm like, I got to make time to make those memories for them, whether it's in sports or whatever passion they're trying to find, because they're in that age where they're discovering themselves, So that's really taken a lot of my time, where it's like, hey, now I'm taking them to practice, or now I'm taking them to recital, or, they're both in dance. So like they're doing their performances. And it's like, at the end of the night, I'm like, fuck, I don't got time for shit. Like, what day was it? It's my Tuesday crew. It's like Friday night, and I gotta polish my kids' boots or something. It's insane. So that's kind of, I had to take a seat back, just because I felt like I was trying too hard to try to keep up with everything and all the chats, all the streams, and I'm like, I was exhausted. I'm just like, I was burnt. So I was like, I just gotta take time for myself and my collection. I just had boxes and boxes and boxes. And I'm like, I gotta pause.
I know. I would hear you saying that. With stuff. I'm in a similar boat, but I have a friend that has 3 sons, and one is in travel baseball, and they're all into lacrosse and this and that. I was like, how do you guys do it? And like you said earlier, people pass, family members pass, and you just don't have that support system. So I get it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I can always take.
And Nate hates kids, so
Nate hates kids, so I can't even ask Nate to come watch my kids, so I can go jump on the streams. And Nate's like, man, fuck your kids. I'm like,
don't trust me with your children. That's for sure.
I gotta tell you guys, now that I'm on the show, I've been dying to get on this show. Sometimes this shit with Nate just cracks me up. Like, I'm in my house, just dying of laughter. With the nicknames,
I love to hear that.
And you guys are really good sports about it. It's good laughs on Monday nights with you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for saying that, man. And you're always a huge supporter. We always see you in the streams. I mean, I see you in more streams than I see anybody else, and that's you're such a supporter of the community, but you're also not afraid to speak your mind when you have a difference of opinion. So what is it about the toy community that you love? Like, what are some things you like? What are some things you necessarily don't like? Why do you feel like you're so active in that? Why do you gravitate towards it so much?
I think, again, during the pandemic, before I was working 2 jobs, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and was doing the bouncing thing 3 nights a week. So I was busy, and I didn't, just whatever. So with the pandemic, all that stopped, and my daughter was 4 years old at the time, and what can I watch? What do I like? I love true crime. Huge true crime guy. I can't watch that in front of a 4-year-old. But I could watch toy reviews and stuff, and how can I keep myself out of trouble when I'm sitting on the couch, in this pandemic and the world is ending. Oh, all right, there's people doing live streams about toys. All right, I'll watch that. I know I got fucking thousands of toys. Like, I've been collecting longer than these YouTube guys are alive. So that's how I got started with that.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy during the pandemic. Not to interrupt you, but it was just
no.
You saw so many people like kind of going to social media because we felt maybe a little disconnected from each other. Like I can't go out and go to a con. I can't go meet up with my friends anymore. I need someone to relate to about this stuff because, you know, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend or your significant other, whoever it is, they may support you, but they don't want to talk about it with you. You know,
no.
So you got to find people that you can go and relate to and just vent, vent with, like whether it's venting or being supportive, whatever it is, just someone else.
They're not going to get into the minutia with you.
No.
Double joints?
Ab
I don't give a fuck about double joints. What are you talking about? Go play with your Batman. Get out of here. Put your cape on and go back to the room.
Hey, honey, check out the figure. Oh, that's cool. How much did that cost?
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
That's when you want to stop talking, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk like, Dave, I wish you would talk to me. Like, how much did it cost? Like, you know what? Shut up.
First question is, wait, how much did that cost? How many of those did you get?
I got it for free. I got it for free.
Oh man, Bat Force has used that excuse. So and so sent it to us. This company sent it to us.
Yeah, you can only use that excuse so many times until it becomes unbelievable. Like, there's no way you're getting all this for free.
But yeah, getting back to your question, Nate, I think the YouTube streams and stuff replaced TV shows for me in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And it was, and social interaction, which was hard, obviously during the pandemic, something none of us has ever experienced. You can't go to your friend's house, you can't go to your mom's house, or whatever, what have you. And listen, I'm an only child. I'm fine sitting by myself in a room, blah blah blah. But I'm also, we're all humans. We're social creatures, as much as some of us don't like to hear that.
Yeah.
So that was a way to socialize and to talk to people and harmless fun.
Mm-hmm,
So it kind of, obviously the pandemic died down and it's just kind of become part of, my everyday life. No, I don't mind speaking. I think some of us do need to speak out about different things. I think that's an appeal of your show. You guys you talk about the overall subject is toys, but you're talking about different things and not so popular subjects like budgets and shit like that. Modern collectors and older collectors. I think we, I hate when people like a lot of regurgitation in the toy community. A lot of people not thinking for themselves,
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. Like you hear something, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a topic about the same thing, and we're gonna repeat what was said, and I get that and I respect it, but I think a lot of people, when they're coming to social media, they're looking for your personal thoughts. Like they want to know how you really feel about something, not what you read in a Discord or what you heard the popular opinion was on Instagram. Yeah, right. Yeah. What is it that you think about it? That's what I care about.
Think about what you're saying. Like there's a saying like, taste the words before they come out of your mouth.
Yeah. That's a good way of saying it. I like that.
So, and there's a, there's a lot of, this is what I wanted to mention to you guys. Toxic positivity. Oh, just be positive. Just be positive. Again, we're human beings. You're meant to experience the full spectrum of emotions. Negative emotions are not bad. They're negative, but they're not bad. And everything that you disagree with or dislike, or it doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. I think we also need to be considerate of each other. A lot of times you read a comment in a Facebook group or a comment on your show, let's say, or whatever, and that guy is a jerk, or he's whatever, just being negative. But you don't know what's going on in that person's life. That comment may have come at a bad point in their life or a bad point in their day or whatever, and they were whatever they just took it out on the somebody faceless person on the internet. They just took it out. So I think we need to be considerate of each other and not listen. Not everybody's life. 3 years of a pandemic. Not everybody's life is puppy dogs and rainbows. It had a really huge effect on mental health. Whether you agree with those concepts or not, it did. So I think we need to be more considerate of each other and not just label people just negative because we don't agree with what they're saying.
Yeah, I love that you say that. Mental health is so important. That's something that me and Prime have talked about a few different times, and that's why we try to address topics like the haters because don't let the haters get you down. Think about how that could be a motivator, but is it really necessary to attack somebody's personal, whatever, you're going to say something personal about them because they disagree with you about a figure or whatever the case? Like, that's just unnecessary. Like,
no, are they necessarily a hater? Right.
Right. Yeah. Is their difference of opinion really coming from a place of being a hater, or do they just disagree with your opinion and that's for some reason pissing you off?
Would the point that they're making sound the same if you were on a video chat, let's say face to face, or having a conversation with them? Would it sound the same? Or no, because you can't always get tone through text.
Yes. I think it's dangerous to read any kind of tone through text.
Yeah.
And if you're curious about what their intentions are, ask somebody. Rather than assuming and saying, hey, this guy's an asshole. Look at his comment. It's like, well, you didn't even ask me what my... we are so quick to label, and it's easier to make somebody an enemy and to kind of understand where is it that they're coming from and then show respect to that opinion. I see that's a problem a lot, is that people just don't show respect to opinions if it's not their opinion.
Exactly.
You see it a lot I've seen a lot with Keaton Batman, where people just want to dump on it. And hey, I totally respect that it may not be a good experience for you. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, but let's take that with context. Like, is that your opinion or is that a fact? I think a lot of people state things as fact when it's just an opinion. And I can't help but speak up when I see stuff like that. And I probably get myself in trouble more often than not. But I
mean, you need to. You can't. I don't want to say you can't, but you shouldn't keep quiet. That's another thing. Like, just because you speak up doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful.
Right.
You can. Hey, listen, buddy. A, B, C, D. Like, there's a way to say things, basically.
Yeah. It's all about constructive criticism. Like, hey, I'll take criticism as long as it's constructive and not just you being rude.
You're gonna take it, whether you want it or not. All right. This is why I get kicked out of freaking chats or shows, I guess.
I got kicked out of shows.
I
got kicked out of Unparalleled Universe. I haven't been back.
Oh man. And you're such a representative of the Tuesday Crew. I mean, you're coming in on Mondays doing Tuesday Crew.
Tuesday Crew OG. Yeah.
You even have it in your bio on Instagram.
Yeah. Tuesday Crew backstabbers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, a lot of good people in the Tuesday Crew.
Right. But I've always respected you, Grumps. Just the fact that you are willing to speak your mind. I feel like I don't think I've ever seen a comment where I feel like you're trying to be hateful. It's just more of like, hey, I don't agree with that, but that's me. Yeah. If you like it, cool. I'm just saying I don't. But I think people have a really hard time dealing with negativity in a positive way. Being able to hear other people's opinions and, try to like understand, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I think a lot of us don't try to do that. And to your point, mental health, you don't know what people are dealing with outside of this digital persona. We're all trying to represent our best selves. Like, I'm doing fine and my life's great. But that guy could have some serious mental problems, and you being an asshole and saying something that was rude may set them over the edge. You know?
And even if you do the opposite, though, if you represent like, hey, I'm having a shitty day, and you post all this bad crap, they're like, oh, this guy is so negative, I'm just gonna ignore him. Yeah. And it could be like, again, to Grump's point, like, you perspective and hindsight it goes hand in hand, where you don't know, like, maybe that's just a cry for help, maybe that's just they're going through a rough patch, you know. And how you approach it, like, hey, are you doing all right? I'm doing a quick pulse check, instead of just, it's much easier to just be like, and then keep swiping, even though maybe someone's story is a little like, oh, that's kind of out of their character.
Yeah, you know, I've been in therapy for 7 or 8 years. And I post a lot of, you know, my stories I use to on my feed is just the Batman stuff, but in my stories I use for all the other, you know, bullshit. And I post a lot of mental health stuff. And somebody I didn't even know this guy, J Shot. I forget, he's got some numbers at the end. I don't know.
Yeah. He's part of Between Two Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, the nicest fucking guy in the world. I didn't know him from a hole in the wall. And I saw him on Toy Migos one night, and he's at the Turtles. He's another turtle guy. And I posted something, and he hit me up. He reached out to me, and we started. You know, we had a big old conversation about mental health, and this is somebody who's known me from a hole in the wall. And I thought that was the greatest fucking thing in the world.
That's awesome.
And you know, we became friends and stuff. And I think the world needs more of that. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's not all puppy dogs and rainbows. As much as you would like it to be, and let's be positive. The world, not everybody's set up that way to just ignore the bad shit going on in their life. You know. And yes, I get it. Toys are supposed to be fun. I get it, but listen, your personal stuff will occasionally bleed over into your hobbies. You know, you're a human being. You're not a robot.
Right.
That's a good note.
Yeah. Very well said. So how do you feel like you keep that balance?
It's hard, man. It's hard. I know I've had personally a difficult first quarter of 2023. It's hard. I have forced myself. That's why I do the TikTok thing. I have this is, you guys know, like, this is what I enjoy. I enjoy the toys. I love them. And I said, you know, I want to do some self-care. You know, for self-care, I drink a lot of water. And I do, you know, I push myself to, make videos on TikTok with your toys. You know, this will keep you involved with your toys, and it's something you enjoy. It's something you know about, you know. Because I know there was days or weeks where I would go without maybe taking a picture or maybe doing anything. And those would be like the downward trends for me. That, you know, what I would feel. So I pushed myself to do that, and I felt like I had a good winter in regards to you know, seasonal depression was something for me in the past. And you know, even I felt like I skipped that this year, even despite having a rough January, February, March. I feel like I didn't at least have the seasonal depression to go along with it.
Good.
And part of that was you know, the toys. And I don't know. Let me do TikTok. People doing dumb shit on TikTok. Let me do something I enjoy. Maybe 300 people look at a video, or I'll get, you know, 300 views or 80 views, or all right, whatever. I'm unboxing, and
you're just doing your thing.
Just doing my thing, you know.
I respect that, man. Yeah, and you've been doing a lot on TikTok. I've been viewing your. I follow you on there as well.
Something to do.
And I know you've been doing a lot on Instagram too. You do unboxings and you kind of give your personal thoughts on figures, and
I love it.
It's awesome, man. I'm glad.
Keep fucking doing it because I watch them.
Yeah. Prime comments on everything. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Coming back, 2023. Prime's back. Maybe.
Prime's back.
I've been back.
He's been back. Yeah.
Oh, Nate, I'm sorry I took a shot at the turtles, man. I know you're a big turtle guy.
I don't care. Hey, like I'm not going to call you a hater for that.
I don't want figure fan hate to come out.
Figure fan hate.
Oh man, I was trying to think of all the nicknames we've been calling you. I forgot.
We got all kinds of nicknames in this show right now.
Oh man, that is so.
Nick Necker's the newest one, but I'm sure somebody else has one out there.
Yeah.
Somebody tagged me in a half-baked meme of Nasty Nate, and I was like, that's actually where the name came from. Me and my brother were watching Half Baked when we were kids, and he's like, "You're Nasty Nate." And it's like, all right, I'll own that.
That seems like an easy one, though. That's it. That's
yeah. Well, Nasty Nate's he's a nasty guy in that movie, so it fits kind of well. It fits pretty well.
Oh man,
coming after your cocktail fruit.
All right, so before you go after his cocktail fruit, we could get him ready for the Dirty Dozen.
Oh yeah, can't wait. This is a great segment.
Oh man.
For a man that collects as much as you do, I'm very curious to see kind of what you say about some of these. Oops.
Sure.
1 second.
Hide your cocktail fruit.
So you're from. So you're familiar with the method here, but for any of the uninitiated, we're going to do a rapid fire round of the Dirty Dozen. We're going to give Grumps 12 different categories of figures, and he's going to tell us something that comes to his mind about that line. So we've actually got a new revamped version of the Dirty Dozen just for you, Grumps. So if you have been studying the topics, there might be some new ones in here that you're not ready for yet.
Sure.
Let's go with round 1. Marvel Legends.
I love it.
Love it? Are you a huge Legends collector? Like, do you collect a lot of Legends?
I buy a fair amount. I don't buy waves. I do. I'm easy when it comes to superheroes. I'm easy. I don't mind the repaints so much. For the obscure characters, like Quasar came on the Bucky cap. All right, fine. Where am I going to get another Quasar from?
Yeah.
So I love Legends.
Awesome. Do you like where they're going, or do you like where they used to be? I mean, what do you think about the price changes?
I like where they're going. I've always been a price watcher on Legends, though. Years ago, I was 20. I don't know, 18 or 17. I was getting them super cheap on Amazon. I was not buying them in the store. So I was already used to waiting, The prices are bullshit, but the box thing, I don't care about the box. I mean, I keep the boxes, but whatever, plastic. I don't think that deterred anybody from stealing or swapping or, it's the same shit.
If anything, it encouraged it. It made it worse.
Yeah. The movie figures are great. That's obviously they go overboard with those. But I'm happy with Legends. I really am.
Awesome. I feel like
I think they get a bad rap.
Yeah. There's a lot of mixed reviews about Legends currently, so I'm glad that you're on the positive side. Okay, Sparrow Toys. We talked about this briefly.
Yes, I really like it. I'm excited about that company. Really excited.
Yeah. I know they had the PowerCon exclusive. Did you grab that one? It's like a gorilla-looking guy.
No, I wanted to, but I think it was close to $60, and
it was expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I ordered the other one, Thane. It's similar. I think
nice.
That one is it's kind of sort of a repaint, or with a different head or whatever.
Right.
But no, I just couldn't do it at this point in time.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I will say, like I said earlier, the quality on these figures is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So for anybody curious, Grumps is a huge fan.
Yeah.
NECA.
NECA, wow. Oh, God. I got Dracula behind me.
Nice.
You collect a lot of NECA.
NECA's another company, right? Like, haven't they gotten better?
Yeah. Oh, extremely better.
Most definitely.
3 or 4 years ago, their reputation was for being fragile and brittle. And I think they've kind of left that in the dust. I don't, with the Turtles, great quality. I collect the Universal Monsters, the Predators. Yeah, I think they've gotten better.
I'm glad you said Turtles because I have one to show you. Yeah, because I know you love Turtles.
Ronin.
Oh,
he's the last Ronin. Yeah.
All right. And how do you like that?
This one's great. I like this a lot. I'm also a big fan of the comic too. I know you probably haven't read it because it's Turtles, but if you're going to read any kind of Turtles comic, Last Ronin's really good.
I haven't, no. But, I'm surrounded by Turtle fans all over, so I gotta be cool.
I think for me, Turtles, much like you said with some of the stuff you used to collect, it was just a huge part of my childhood. So it's one of those things I can't not love.
Yeah. I have a couple of Turtles, and I had the Turtles Super Nintendo game. So that should tell you something. That's yeah.
The original was a hard game. I mean, I tried to replay that recently. That is a very tough game.
Yeah.
I did not joke around. Yeah. All right, Four Horsemen Studios.
Beautiful action figures.
Yeah, and you said something like, "Hey, I don't know if I'm into all of these," which I understand because it's very heavy in the fantasy realm, and if it's not your thing, there's probably only a select few that you're going after. But I think you picked some good ones.
No, but I mean, still, I can look at these figures and wow, they still blow me away. And Trevor's pictures are amazing. But I do see the appeal. I watch. Sometimes I watch, Dorkler do whatever unboxing or something like that, and he's super into it, And I mean, the quality on these, and I see the appeal of what do they call it? The pop and whatever.
Pop and swap.
Pop and swap, and I mean, shit, that's.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to take that figure apart.
And then make a whole new one.
Hot water, you can pop literally everything off and swap it with another figure.
That's so cool.
Because I'm not a customizer. I mean, you guys know I use Sharpies to color stuff. So
I've done that too, Nate. Don't worry.
It takes a lot for me to have the courage to want to customize. But I think Four Horsemen does a good job of making it easy for the entry level type of guy like myself.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm definitely going to Legion Con in New Jersey.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going too, man. I'd love to see you.
That last Legion Con, man, everybody was there. It looked like everybody was having the best time in the world, enjoying action figures and enjoying, meeting internet friends and stuff like that.
And what you were saying earlier, talk about a place of positivity. Yeah. So positive. Everybody there is just so kind and just supportive, and it was awesome. That was the best part about the con for sure. That's great, man. I can't wait to see you.
That reminds me, Nate came to New York and I didn't even see him.
I did. I was there for 6 hours, man. I wasn't there.
Literally passed by my job.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I won't let that happen again, Grumps.
Thank you.
Definitely gonna hit you up. All right, SH Figure Arts, Bandai.
I have 4 figures. Really not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's definitely hit and miss with me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought they did a nice job. I have the Batman, and I thought that was a nice figure, for me. I have SHF Hulk, Infinity War Hulk, which is one of my favorite Hulk figures.
That's a good
one. And I have the 2 Thanos. So those are the 4 that I have.
That Hulk's
outside of that, they scale a little small, in my opinion.
They do. Yeah.
and I don't do like the anime figures and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Kamen Rider and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't. I understand that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is really nice, but that whole whatever they have going on with the butt cheeks, whatever, it looks like too much for me.
Yeah, the cheeks are very pronounced. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on there. A lot of articulation in that region.
All right, G.I. Joe Classified.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm addicted.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to be. Like we talked about, it's probably, in my opinion, the strongest line that Hasbro creates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, just every time knocking it out of the park. Goes without saying.
Yeah,
Mafex.
Oh. I think Mafex was my top line for 2022. I think they took the crown from Mezco for me.
I mean, yeah. If there's one contender that's getting me to get away from Mezco, it's Mafex.
And yet another company that I feel, I know some people disagree, but I feel improved greatly on the QC issues.
Oh yeah,
I think there's still some there. I've been lucky, but again, they improved from 2017 or whatever, 5 years ago. So
huge improvement, leaps and bounds. I mean, if you look at a figure from like 2017, 2015, then it almost doesn't even look like the same company.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, that's Mafex.
Yeah.
And that Spider-Man that Prime was just showing.
Oh,
the Spidey. I mean, I've said this before, but I won't get the Mezco Spider-Man just because I know the Mafex can move so much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm Spider-Man would be like my top Marvel guy. So
yeah, me too.
I got the Mezco, but dude, I have dozens, hundreds of Spider-Mans, and the Mafex are unbeatable in the articulation department.
Yep.
Yeah, they're firing all cylinders with that comic line for sure. Oh, Mezco,
look at that.
Mezco, man. You're in a bad place right now.
That's pretty much. That's pretty much it.
Well said.
I'm glad I'm here to to clarify, because it was before '89. It was before. If you look at my Instagram, I don't post as much Mezco as I used to.
Yeah.
I think me and Prime have been feeling that too. A little bit less interest in Mezco. I still love their figures, but I don't collect them nearly as heavily as I used to.
You've been selling them, Nate. I see that.
I have. Making space, man. I can't keep adding.
Yeah. You can keep adding Legions.
Yeah, that's true. I sell so I can make room for stuff that I know is like Legions.
There you go.
For sure. What else? Let's see. We got Amazing Yamaguchi.
Oh man, I am not Gucci gang.
No Gucci gang.
I'm sorry.
Have you ever had a Gucci?
I have not had any Gucci.
Okay, it's a goal for 2023. Let's get Grumps a Gucci.
I would say try Gucci. Now that could be a good one. You end up hating too, because Gucci's are like a love-hate relationship. You either really like them or you can't stand them, because they are very different in articulation. They take some.
And also depends on the character. Like Carnage is a good one. Black Panther seems to be a good one.
I've heard about Black
Magneto
Panther,
and Wolverine were not good ones.
Yes, the original Spider-Man, not good.
No,
Cable wasn't any good either, right? Was Cable Gucci? And...
See, I didn't have Cable.
I actually never got Cable. I heard good things, but I've also heard.
I thought he was falling apart on some people.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with Gucci, is that there's stuff that moves that you don't realize moves, and you're like, wait, why does that move? And you once you try to get the difficult pose, you're like, okay, now I see why that moves.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to keep it in like a neutral pose, it's a bit odd looking.
Ultron's really good one. The movie one.
Ultron. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah. And he's
Iron
pricey.
Man and War Machine are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Moon Knight they just showed off looks really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
yeah, that one does look cool.
Yeah. Definitely try it out. Third-party figures.
Man, Mezco. I don't know, Mezco. I don't know. Third-party figures. You want my figure of the year so far? That's probably number 2. That Kingdom Come Superman.
Oh, Kingdom Come nice. Superman.
Kingdom Come Superman.
I really wish I would have grabbed
that Prime had.
Yeah, I wish I would have grabbed the Kingdom Come Superman because he looks great. And that Ledger Joker, I mean, the fact that that's unlicensed is pretty incredible because it's so accurate.
Yep. That company, I forget what company it is that made the Joker.
Felix Toys.
Felix Toys. They made
Inkblot.
God, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and it was a little on the small side.
Yep, they did.
But this one kind of scales better with Mezco.
Yep.
The accessories are amazing. Head sculpts are all in a package that's a quarter the size of a Mezco box.
Yep.
Yeah, please give me more packaging like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I need. Yeah. Seriously. Like when you get something like that, you realize how much wasted space is in some of the packages that I get from other figures.
Yep.
Yeah. I was close to, I don't know what company is putting out Last of Us figures, third-party company.
I think Lim Toys, LM.
Yeah, and they look good. And
they do.
These third parties are something else.
They're really giving Mezco a run for their money, that's for sure.
You know what? I pre-ordered a third-party Winter Soldier figure from the Captain America movie. And I don't know, I think that was 2 years ago. So,
it's been a while.
Yeah, looks really good.
Yeah. All right, and last but certainly not least, especially if you're Grumps, McFarlane Toys.
Oh man.
I will say one thing about McFarlane, they gave us an '89 Batmobile. That's put them a bit higher on my list.
The vehicles are amazing. They're great. Look at this. This is one of my newest ones.
That's pretty cool, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, and this is his suit. This was a platinum, whatever. I ordered it from the McFarlane store. The Superpowers figure came in this color scheme.
Oh, okay. So that's
that's
cool.
Freeze.
But this is a platinum edition, so even more exclusive.
This one is the platinum edition. This one is the regular one.
I definitely like the platinum more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
especially the
comic booky.
Yeah. That's a good get, man. It makes me it reminds me that Mezco owes me a Mr. Freeze.
Oh, geez, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. That's gonna be the next one that people talk about now. Now that Keaton's out and starting to die down, people are gonna be like, "All right, where's Mr. Freeze?"
Not sure what's going on with that one, or what even would be the problem. I mean, who knows?
If they just gave us a quick email, that would be nice, right? Like, hey, we've got a production issue. Sorry.
They did after Keaton came out, right? There was an email like.
Well, mostly about Keaton, though.
Yeah,
not even about like delays. You know?
No, it was just an FAQ, or
Yep.
But like I know Kevin said a few times, just they've seen his posts. They don't respond. He's emailed I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
And maybe it is a staffing issue. Maybe they don't have a lot of people to work the emails. But just say that, like, hey, we're going through some staffing problems. We're sorry that we're not getting to your emails. We understand there's concerns. We're still going to help you out. Just that simple, maybe just one paragraph of what's going on, I think would set a lot of people at ease of not like hating this company.
The problem with him is, he ordered day one, and people that ordered 6 to 8 weeks ago already have it in hand. And what is that about, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Why is that a thing even? I get it, he's in Canada or whatever, but still, why is that a thing?
Yeah, for sure.
But they use a logistics company out in Washington, and I don't think I don't know, probably not the best company. But,
yeah, they
I
definitely
don't
got
know
some growing to do.
What that has to do with it. But I saw the interview Mez did a couple of years ago, and he doesn't seem like, just my opinion, doesn't seem like a person he's a New York guy. Doesn't seem too concerned with this sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's by design that they try to keep themselves a bit distanced from their community so they don't have to answer questions. Yeah.
Yeah. But
we
that's
made
not
it
the
through the
world we
Dirty
live in
Dozen.
today.
Yeah, that's true. They're not always upfront with stuff, but it was good to hear your thoughts on the different figures. I mean, out of a lot of people I follow, you collect definitely the most different stuff. You're always dabbling in different stuff, so you can tell that you're a diehard collector.
Nice.
You even got a Bowser.
Bowser, yeah, you got Bowser.
Awesome. But I mean, you're one of those guys I feel like I can just keep talking to. We'll definitely have to have you on at another time, or maybe join us for a live or something.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I love the show. I love the format.
Thanks for all that support, man. We really do appreciate you, Grumps. You've been a day one supporter. You're always in our streams. You're always in the comments. We definitely
I feel bad. I
see
missed
that
a couple recently.
Well, that's it. Never coming back to the show.
And we're gonna cut this.
We take back everything out. Everything we say, we take it back.
Yeah. No, I love being on. I'm Prime has the hat. He's got the box in the corner. He's got the Batman #1 in the back there. I appreciate little touches like that. I appreciate. Nate has the Hulk over his shoulder.
Hey, that's my wife actually. My wife's mom painted that for me, so that's so
crazy.
That's
special.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's awesome. No, I love the Hulk too. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, for anybody out there, if you've been living, you have to know who Grumps is by this point. But if you didn't know, he does have a podcast called The Bat Force on YouTube with a bunch of other great guys. Bat Force Tom, he's been a guy I've been following for a long time. Robin Cross, Tesis, Dunk, I know is on there. You got Gramps, Grandpa Batman.
Gramps.
Yeah, you and Gramps have your own show that's part of the Bat Force where you do Gramps and Grumps Special Edition. Yeah. I got to join them at one point. It was a lot of fun. Please go support Grumps. Go see what he has to say about some other topics about Batman. I mean, you guys have some great guests on there. I mean, some amazing people from the community.
Comic book industry guests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was a Nate Nard before there was even Nate Nard.
My audio went out on me.
He said he was a Nate Nard. Oh,
yeah. I was a long time Nate Nard. I'm hanging real low.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I can hear you guys. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no. Grumps was just saying that he's been a long time Nate Nard from day one. Before there was Nate Nard, he's such an OG. He's like hanging low to the ground. Yeah.
Been friends with Grumps for a long time. I think I mean, you and Prime are some of the oldest friends that I've had on Instagram. So I always appreciate your friendship, man. Definitely appreciate you coming on today and hearing your thoughts.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, please go follow him at Bat Force Grump on Instagram and TikTok. Check out his unboxing. Anything else you want to plug before we let you go, Grumps?
No, just want to say thank you and just plug Bat Force Radio, Grumps and Gramps show. That's it. Come visit me on the socials. I'm easy to find.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Grumps. We appreciate you being here, man. We're gonna let you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll let you go into the lobby, and then we'll end the show. And man, what an awesome interview! Yeah,
love it. I love having, it reminds me when we had Dan Who, talking about pillars in the community. Like Grumps, you got to know if you've been in a stream, whether it's on Tuesday or Thursday with Two Amigos or whoever, or unboxing, whichever stream you pick a day, find as yourself a stream. You're gonna find Grumps and Plasty in there. Like those two dudes, they're pillars. So, yeah, Grumps is a G from day one.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. He's a guy that's always supporting others. So please go make sure to support him too. Show that love back. That love's reciprocal, right?
Yep.
People like that, you want to get back to them too.
For sure.
It takes a lot of their time to support others. But yeah, great episode. Really enjoyed that one. For all you guys that are watching, please make sure you hit the like button. Leave a comment below. What's something that Grump said that resonated with you? What are some thoughts maybe on some things that he said? And if you're listening and you're not subscribed, you need to make sure you're subscribed to the Figure Booth so you don't miss when we post new episodes or go live, and hit the notification bell on YouTube as well. Prime, where can they find you?
All under Prime to the First, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You guys can find me at figurefan_Nate on Instagram and Facebook, occasionally TikTok, but maybe not really. I'm going to stop saying Vero because somebody gave me shit about that last. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Till next time, guys. Peace.